So the chickens have spent 2 nights in the chicken coop, and of course the days have been kind of cooler since then, since we've moved them out here. I mean, before that the weather was just really beautiful and was up, you know, in the 70s, but the last few days it's just been in the 60s. Here's my rooster. Isn't he pretty? His name is Finnegan. Oh, my pretty ladies. I actually wonder if the 2 black ones are also roosters, but I don't know. That one's on me, on my foot. Excuse me, that's mine. Oh my goodness, I just have fallen in love with these birds. I would have never imagined how much I would love them, and I do love them. I haven't named them. The only one I've named is that rooster. But I guess I just kind of want to see what their personalities are going to be, and maybe I'll be able to mark some of these that look very similar, you know. So we'll see. So I'm going to just repot some of these tomatoes. These were the tomatoes that we started in a paper towel here a few weeks ago. Let's see, this one says that this was potted in this container on April 28th. It is now May 16th today. And look how big they've gotten. I mean, there's 2 in there. But we're gonna go ahead and just transplant just one of these into another pot. Just so that they each have their own pot. These are getting kind of big and cramped, and I worry about airflow with their leaves and just space for their roots. So I'm going to go ahead and transplant one of these into another pot, and I'm going to do that with all of these different varieties of tomatoes. So I thought I'd show you how I separate tomatoes so that you get the least amount of damage to their roots. So first, to get it out, you want to squeeze around the cup, and you don't want to have just barely watered. I watered these late last night. It's been about 18 hours since I last watered them. So you want to kind of protect their stems. So what I do is I place my 2 fingers between their stems and hold them. I turn it upside down, kind of give it a squeeze, and the whole root ball should come right out. So now what you're gonna do, you kind of see right here where the 2 plants are, the 2 stems. You're gonna kind of squeeze, just squeeze very softly all the way down, and you'll kind of feel the roots kind of move apart. You might actually break some, but that's okay. And it should just kind of fall apart like that. And then if you're having a hard time, you kind of just move it side to side very softly, and they kind of separate themselves just like that. So you can see these are starter leaves right here, these bottom ones. These top ones on the top are their true leaves, and you want to leave those. Do not pinch those off. But with these baby leaves, you're gonna go ahead and pinch these off the stem. Be very careful. There's one on the other side. So we're gonna go ahead and pot this. I am gonna pot it so that the stem is buried a little bit, just because these are getting a little bit tall for my grow lights. And it normally wouldn't be a problem. I usually could just raise my grow lights, but with me having lots of other little baby plants and these being so big, I am going to just try to make these as small as I can, at least for right now. So you can kind of see how high up on that plant I buried this stem. I'm not worried because I know that all the little hairs that were along the stem will turn into roots for this plant and feed this plant. You don't want to do that with other vegetable plants. There are certain plants that do this and there are certain plants that do not. So, but tomatoes are one of those plants that will grow roots out of the stem. So. I wish I had a better water and feeder, but right now this is what we have. This is what we're using, so I'm gonna hurry and set this upright just because I need both hands. It doesn't screw in to that. It just kind of sits on it. So I'm gonna hurry and do that. Fill it up.